He looked at Wolf. Wolf, what's up? You gonna take this charge from me? Wolf said, fuck no. I can't take this charge. I'm a habitual offender. If I go to jail, I'm going to jail forever. No. So anyway, we get back to the chauffeur. The chauffeur say, okay, I'll take the charge. Puffy gleaming. It ain't my gun, it's the chauffeur's gun. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Lou, don't start that licking shit. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, for those of you who have stayed on and believe in me, thank you very much. I really do appreciate your contribution over there on Patreon and the YouTube. Let's continue reading Mark Curry's Dancing with the Devil. Y'all, we on our last week with this, okay? I got a surprise for y'all for our next book. Stop, Lou. Let your crazy ass. A few weeks after Kim Porter gave birth in 1997, Puff started sneaking around with Jennifer Lopez, a mediocre dancer who had gained fame in the early 1990s as one of the few Latino women on the hit TV show In Living Color. Damn, Mark. Why you so mad at Jennifer for? When the show ended in 1994, she won major roles in several films, including the lead role in a movie based on the life and murder of Selena Quintanilla Perez. Despite her marginal vocal talent. Damn, Mark! What happened? Why you so mad for? You could left that out. For real. Lopez had dreams of becoming a recording superstar. Puff met Lopez through Benny Medina, who served as a manager of sorts for both of them. She made cameos on several singles produced by Puff after they started dating. By the end of 1998, however, they were working on her debut album. During that time, Kim would contact me when she couldn't find him. Puff would have me lie to her. It typically involved telling her that he was at the studio recording and couldn't be reached, in a business meeting or something along those lines. In exchange for the lies, or maybe just to avoid too many questions from the gossip magazines, Puff would frequently have me tag along on their dates. Ain't that a bag of beans? I be like, ninjas really be thinking they be doing something different, okay? Because, I'm about to tell you a story about one time when I had met a guy, didn't know he was married, okay? And we had went to get something to eat, okay? And his wife showed up in pajamas and a big belly. But he brought a guy with him. My sister was there too. My sister was looking like, Nene, don't show your ass when we was there. Oh, I showed my ass. What you won't do is take it out on me that your nigga ain't shit, okay? But the dude had said, let's go get something to eat. We went to go get something to eat. He was bringing his friend with him, okay? And so because he was bringing his friend with him, I said, okay, I'm going to bring my sister. And his wife, who is currently pregnant, showed up. What's this, a double date? I looked over at him like, is this a double date? What the hell is happening here? Ooh, she was mad at him, but she had misplaced anger on me, and that's what you won't do. I didn't know the motherfucker was married, okay? I'm finding out now. She trying to get a response from me. I told her, I said, talk to your husband, because I really don't know what the hell is going on here. If this your husband, okay, it's your husband, talk to him. So because I wouldn't respond to her, she turned to the friend. This how you do me, friend? I let you stay in my basement eat my food, and you out here with him, helping him cheat? Yeah, I guess that's what's happening. But because she couldn't get an answer from him, she has said to, I guess, evoke anger out of me, you round here, you helping him cheat with this bitch? Oh, whoa, hold on. Now, I don't believe in fighting a pregnant bitch or a bitch that just had a baby, okay? But goddamn it, what you're not gonna do is disrespect me to my face, okay? I'm not that girl, all right? By this time, the ninja done left. You still arguing with me. Your man is out the door. Go get him. On one occasion, we were hanging out in Florida when a photographer snapped a photo of the three of us riding motorbikes. When the picture got prominent play in People magazine, Kim knew that Puff had been lying about the nature of his relationship with Lopez. At first, Puff seemed to fear what would happen if Kim found out. But once he and Lopez started talking about marriage, he took on a devil-may-care attitude. That was his frame of mind in December 1999. By then, Shine had fully recovered physically from a car accident, but it seemed like part of his soul died. Puff was no doubt trying to salvage his investment in Shine, so he started keeping close tabs on him. The two were nearly inseparable. Now, he was told, Puffy, by the powers that be, that nigga Shine is unstable. He is overly aggressive. Getting a jump on the New Year's celebration, Puff decided to go club hopping in New York. Wardell Fenderson, Puff's personal weekend chauffeur, arrived at the studio at 11 o'clock and picked up Puff, Lopez, and Shine in a new silver Lincoln Navigator owned by Bad Boy Entertainment. He dropped them off a few minutes later near a popular nightclub spot in Manhattan. As they exited the car, Puff told Fenderson to wait outside of the club until he received a call from Curtis Jones, a cheesy code for Anthony Wolf Jones, of course. Wolf leaned against the limousine as the trio walked a few yards to Club New York. The club's owner recalled that about 30 people entered the club with Puff's entourage, most of them groupies. When a security staffer told Puff and his crew to pass through the metal detector, Wolf approached him and whispered in his ear that he should let them through without a search. The guard complied, and another guard led them to the VIP section. Shine had a 9mm Ruger stuck in his waistband. Whether Puff was armed as well would become a bone of contention. Suffice it to say that either Puff or Wolf was carrying a .40 caliber handgun that had been stolen in Atlanta 4 months earlier. As they left the club, Puff expected the crowd to part for him the way the Red Sea did for Moses. Okay? So what this mother hunchy's bright idea was to throw hundreds of dollars in the air to make people get out the way for him, okay? If they chasing the hundreds that I'm throwing in the air, they won't be bothersome to me, okay? Some of the people reached for the hundreds. Other people were insulted. Before Puffy, Lopez, and Shine got out the club, a baller got in his face and said, man, that was disrespectful what you did. Pulled out a stack that he had and threw it over top of Puff and Lopez's head. According to witnesses, Puff and Shine both drew weapons and started shooting. Real killers, real ninjas about that work. You hear me? They never look for the opportunity to shoot. Real killers, at least seasoned ones. I know you like, Nay. How the hell you know this? I mean, I know unseasoned killers. Most of them are young, very young, in their teens. You know, they looking for an opportunity to die because they young, dumb, full of cum, and crazy. Okay. But seasoned killers, if they make it to their, like to maybe their 30s, 40s, then they know you try to avoid killing a mother hunchy at all costs. Okay. Unless you a hitman. Okay. If you're a hitman, I mean, all you need is just the money. But seasoned killers are not trying to just kill randomly. At least 3 patrons were injured by gunfire in the melee. Puff, Lopez, and Wolf dashed from the club and jumped into the Navigator. Child, they took the police on a high-speed chase. What kind of bullshit? You a rapper, bruh. You a rapper, bruh. You're not that guy. Why do you want to be that guy so bad? And that shit manifests in death. The same way, and y'all finna be mad at me. Ooh, the same way it manifested in death with Tupac. Okay? Because you're trying to be something you're not. And you can become so fascinated with being that person. I have told you. What I learned in school, it's not the real killers that you need to be scared of. It's those motherfuckers that's trying to be killers. Them wannabes are terrible. Oh, they treacherous. Woo, they don't have no control. They don't know what they're doing. As the cops approached the vehicle, one of them peered through the window and saw Puff sitting next to Lopez. Puff was leaning forward towards Wolf's seat with his hands between his legs. He yelled at Puff to put his hands in the air several times before Puff complied. When they opened the doors, police found a handgun on the floor under the rear of Wolf's seat and in front of Puff's feet. Puff started setting up his escape hatch as soon as he was arrested. He asked the officer driving the car why all 4 of them were being arrested. The officer said that they were all arrested because no one would admit to possession of the gun found under Wolf's seat. That's how I normally go. That ain't my gun. Everybody gets the charge. Everybody. What would happen if someone admitted to having the gun? Puff asked. The officer said they'd have to see what would happen once they arrived at the precinct. Okay, deal, Puff replied. When we get to the precinct, I'll tell you whose gun it is. So here go Puffy. He offered the driver, the chauffeur, okay, I'll give you $50,000 in this ring to take the charge. Fuck no. $50,000, you know how quick that shit move? And I didn't see you, Puffy. You a snake. I don't trust you, boy. You got thick thighs. But anyway, the chauffeur, he's still contemplating. He looked at Wolf. Wolf, what's up? You gonna take this charge from me? Wolf said, fuck no. I can't take this charge. I'm a habitual offender. If I go to jail, I'm going to jail forever. No. Okay. So anyway, we get back to the chauffeur. The chauffeur say, okay, I'll take the charge. All right. Puffy gleaming. It ain't my gun. It's the chauffeur's gun. Then the chauffeur say, it ain't my gun. Curses. Fuck. Now what I'm going to do? Puff retained Johnny Cochran and a prominent New York law firm to represent him. Any good attorney coaches his client before the grand jury went well beyond coaching, just as he had done when the 9 kids were trampled to death in 1991. Puff put his hand on the Bible and swore to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to the grand jury investigating the crimes. I am telling you, I swear to God on my children, I am telling you the God-honest truth from my heart. I would never have gotten in that Navigator if I knew there was a gun in that car. Child, man, it was a time in my life that I didn't feel comfortable and safe unless it was a gun in a goddamn car. Stop it, boy. You're a rapper. Rappers, that's one and the same. Rappers carry guns. That's what they do. And now I'm finding out through Cat Williams that, comedians carry guns too. In fact, from the moment he took the stand until the moment he stepped down, he told some of the worst lies that anyone has ever heard. The only person I saw and I knew was Anthony Jones, Puff claimed. I did not know that Shine was going to be there, and I did not see any actions that he did. I am 100% innocent. I never offered nobody any money to do anything wrong. Not only did he seem to deny that he arrived at the club with Shine, but with Lopez as well. Jennifer Lopez, you was finna marry this nigga. Keep that in mind. He accused Fenderson of lying because the chauffeur was after his money. Yet he offered no logical reason about how Fenderson could drive the Navigator and wipe off fingerprints from the gun at the same time, and then place the gun under the rear of Wolf's seat. The prosecutor had reason to believe that Puff was giving perjured testimony, so he let him keep talking. Although Puff, Wolf, and Shine were arrested in December 1999, the trial didn't start until January 2001. The court denied a request by Wolf and Shine for separate trials, thereby creating a crabs in a barrel situation. Shine ended up using 2 lawyers that he met through Puff, a decision his mother would later raise serious questions about. Damn, wait a minute. Why would you use one of Puff's lawyers? Because all Puff had to do was just be like, look, I'll give you $100,000 just to lead him in the guilty direction. Shine ended up using 2 lawyers that he met through Puff, a decision his mother would later raise serious questions about. In the end, Puff was able to pull himself out of the barrel by crawling over his co-defendants, witnesses, and the truth. The most damaging testimony came from Puff's weekday chauffeur, Bill Williamson. He said that he was not working that Friday night, but that Puff had specifically requested that the night chauffeur pick him up in the silver Navigator. Puff's lawyers called the chauffeur, who claimed that he had driven Lopez and Puff to the club that night in a black limousine. Williamson also said that neither Puff nor Wolf knew how to open the new car's secret compartment. That would explain why the policeman saw Puff frantically fumbling with something while leaning over behind Wolf's seat, and why Puff tried to bribe Fenderson. So let's put a pause in that, stick a pin in that, okay? First of all, he did not mention what J-Lo had said later on, that Puffy tried to get her to put the gun in her purse. That's already telling you what kind of nigga you dealing with. Okay. Y'all, I'm telling you, the Texan was a snake. He was that kind of guy. But man, I'm telling you, any man that would let his woman take a charge for him is a disgusting, thick-eyed snake of a character, okay? Because when I think about it, Puffy do got some childbearing hips too. Oh, he's a sexy bottom. Ooh, that bottom is so sexy. The fact that J-Lo is with this dude and he is putting her in a situation unnecessarily. It was just unnecessary. I'd have been like, bruh, you got it. And walked to my car, went home, and hunched on my girl. That's what I would have did. But Puffy not built like that. He's a poser. Shine cried as the verdict against him was read. Puff, by contrast, sat next to his lawyer, staring at the Holy Bible like a divinity student. After being acquitted, Puff went before the cameras once again and started thanking God for essentially helping him escape justice. As Puff was taken away from the courthouse in a limousine, Shine was taken to a holding cell. On June 1st, he stood before the judge and made a final plea for justice and compassion. I never meant to hurt nobody, the 21-year-old said in a trembling voice. He begged the judge to be merciful and not to waste my life. While praising Shine's talent, the judge gave him a harsh sentence. Shine would have to serve a minimum of 8.5 years before he would be eligible for parole. Puff had once again escaped justice, and once again people who believed in him were paying for it. Shine sacrificed his music career and freedom for Puff. Now the man who financed Puff's record label was about to be stripped of his own label due to Puff's erratic behavior and criminal activity. Days after the Club New York incident, BMG decided that Puff had become too much of a liability. Since Clive Davis had already been admonished after the Stout incident, BMG wasted no time putting plans in motion to fire him.